Bloody hell. So I've been spending a lot of time meditating, thinking about, and playing again and again and again and again and again and again the latest album from Gunna. Gunna's latest album called The Last One. It expertly spelled one as in WUN, The Last One, which is also a symbolic way to kind of name your album because it's also the last album that he has on YSL. After this album, he's going to be a free agent. He's going to be independent. He's going to be able to sign whoever he wants to sign with. And he's going to finally be rid of young slime life. He's going to be rid of Young Thug. And he's going to be able to kind of continue on in his musical journey. Now, the album itself, I have to be honest, people were hyping this up. People were overly hyping this album up. I'm not going to lie. I'm a big fan of Gunna. I think his previous albums he's put out have been way better than this, in my personal opinion. I think people were gassing this album a little bit too much, but we'll talk about that later as to why people are gassing this album up. But I did enjoy it. I thought maybe, tracks-wise, it's probably a little bit too long for my liking. I am somebody who prefers way more concise, to-the-point albums. I don't think you need to give us 25 tracks, but then again, with it being the last album under YSL, I understand why he just wanted to empty the clip and get rid of all of that music that was made, in and around that time. Music that was made with that kind of direction, music that was made to kind of suit that label, whatever it may be. I decided he just wanted to get rid of everything and put it all out there because I don't think there's not even a deluxe or anything. This is all you get, the 25 tracks available now. One of my favorite tracks to come from this album, well, there's two tracks actually, and weirdly enough, they're both features. Obviously, he kills most of it, to be fair. He does a really good job, which I think is kind of a really good tip for a lot of these Atlanta guys who sometimes people think are very feature dependent. The first 5 tracks on the album have no feature. I quite like that precedent he sets. First 5 tracks, no feature. Many Nights, Let That Sink In, Just Say That, GP, and Sac Pace or Sac Pace, whatever that fucking says. All those tracks are just him floating. Gunna floating on each of those 5 tracks, and then obviously when he gets to 6, that's when you get the first feature, which is featuring Offset, probably one of the only Atlanta-based artists who's currently working with Gunna. Everyone else has kind of excommunicated him. But my 2 favorite tracks on the album have to be the tracks with Burna Boy and the tracks with Wizkid. The tracks with Burna Boy and the tracks with Wizkid are absolutely flames. The Burna Boy one is WGFT, We Gonna Fuck Tonight, abbreviation. And then the Wizkid is a track after, which is Forever Be Mine, featuring Wizkid. They both float, they both skate all over them. I think those tracks are going to be ringing off this summer, probably in parties or so. I'll probably play them in a couple of sets. And to be honest, WGFT is definitely going to be my tune of the day for today's Pacific podcast. Now, the only issue I have with this album is just all the noise surrounding it. And I feel like this wanton rewriting, retconning of history people are doing now in order to kind of smut out Young Thug's name, because for whatever reason, since Young Thug has been cut out of prison, since Young Thug has been able to beat that fucking massive Rico, musically, he hasn't really been there. Which makes sense, right? Because his entire life nearly got snatched away from him. He was nearly facing football numbers in fucking prison. They were trying to blame, literally a surging gun crime and deaths and stuff in Atlanta. They were trying to basically lay it at his doorstep. So he was looking at some crazy time, but he managed to kind of get off on it, right? Shout out to his lawyer and stuff. He managed to kind of get away with it. So it makes some sense that he's not as clocked in. He's not as enthusiastic to make music now because his mind's on other things. And he's also got some very strict bail conditions where he can't be around certain people. He can't do certain things. So it's understandable why maybe he's not really been putting out a lot of music or really hitting us over the head or just been, just outside. He hasn't really been. And when he has been outside, people have been, talking and debating about his weight gain. People have been questioning why he wears a mask. Some people have been saying maybe he's wearing a mask because of all the weight gain. He's not happy with what he looks like. I don't know. It's all over the gaff. But for lack of a better term, especially considering how poorly received Lil Baby's music has been, the narrative that I've been running around is that, even though Gunna's a snitch, he's a better artist. Maybe these guys should let it all go, forgive and forget, and just start working back with Gunna again, because even though he's a snitch, he makes better music. Who cares if he snitches? He makes better music. That's the narrative that I'm kind of hearing. And as a really big Gunna fan, I have to be honest and say that even I, as a regular civilian, as a guy that's done no prison time, as a guy that's not part of any fucking gang, as a guy that doesn't do anything violent and pays his taxes and fucking pays for my Oyster card. I don't even jump the gate at the fucking ticket stations anymore. I don't even jack things at the fucking self-serve at checkout. I'm a law-abiding goody two-shoes citizen. But even I can say, being a big Gunna fan, that whole yes ma'am situation with the YSL case, it has tainted young Gunna. We can't lie, we can't deny that. Even as fans of Gunna, we have to be honest and say he is making the best music of his career right now. He's in the best shape of his life right now. He's clearly looking like he's healthy in mind, body, and spirit. His business is probably the best it's ever been. He's looking very drippy. He's looking very shiny. Everything's looking up for him. But we can't deny that Yes Man video broke our heart. We can't deny that clip that we saw of Young Thug and Gunna in court, where they were both being zoomed into the courtroom, and they were both in different, I think, jails or whatever it may be. And Gunna had that sheepish look on his face when Young Thug was trying to like say hi to him and get his attention. Gunna was basically looking at Young Thug very sheepishly and very kind of coyly, because at that moment you could tell he most likely had snitched before. He most likely had given some evidence to the police. He most likely had said some stuff that he probably know he shouldn't have never said, and he was feeling very self-conscious about it. And I think in that moment too, Young Thug also realized what went down, because Gunna was being very sheepish. And us as fans, myself included, I can definitely say that video, the Yes Man video, the fact that Young Thug came out with that phone call, I think it was a jail phone call, where he was pressing everybody to make sure that they were dissing him and dissing themselves from Young Thug and basically calling him out to be a snitch and stuff. Like, we can't deny that broke a heart, especially if you're like an OG Gunna fan. You'll know the connection that he had with Young Thug. You know how important they were to each other's career. You know the symbiosis, the connection, whatever that was going on between them. It was really sad to see how it played out. And even sadder the situation, because from the outside looking in, again, not being part of the RICO, not being there in prison, not seeing how stressful it is, going through the drug withdrawals, wherever it may be going on, right? A lot of people have said, a lot of like legal experts have said on YouTube, especially the ones who I kind of listen to, kind of know all the facts about everything, right? A lot of legal experts have said that Gunna was never really going to go sit in prison for a long time anyway. They're essentially just squeezing the entirety of YSL and seeing who would pop first. But because Gunna was mostly seen as a musician or a musical artist, he wasn't going to sit in there long anyway. They just sweeped him up, which is a good, smart idea by the cops. They pulled him up and they swept him up into the RICO, because they knew if they swept up everybody, it would increase their chance of somebody squealing, which is actually what ended up happening. But yeah, it's sad, because every legal expert I've listened to, they all say the same thing. If Gunna would have just sat still, if he wouldn't have panicked, he would have probably got out quicker anyway. He probably would have got out before everybody anyway. So there was no real need for him to be yes mamming, confirming anything, snitching, talking. There's no need for it, because if he just would have sat tight, he most likely would have still got released anyway. Now, I'm saying that now from the comfort of my fucking crib, you know, after the fact, we don't know what happened, but that is the kind of conclusion a lot of experts are coming to, that no, he would have been all right. He would have probably got released. So it's almost as if he told for nothing, you know? He told for absolutely nothing, because he was hardly involved, it seems like, in what they're getting up to, crazy list of stuff. But he definitely benefited from their reputation of being those guys that did stuff. He benefited from being around people that were on. I mean, like, he benefited, but you can't lie about that. So maybe it was a tax thing, I don't really know. But I just, you know, it's just an out of order situation, because he's making the best music he's ever made, but no one seems to care because of the snitch allegations, which I think is justified and fair. I just don't like all of these YouTubers, Traplow Ross being a good example, who are going out of their way to basically encourage kids that it's okay to snitch, encourage kids that it's okay to kind of tattletale. And I don't think it is. Number one, I don't think it's fine to go in a gang in the first place. I don't think it's fine to be a part of a gang. I don't think it's fine to, like, you know, kill, assault, murder people and whatever it may be. I think that's fucking abhorrent behavior, obviously. But the thing that I hate the most are these YouTubers, because they're not being honest about the realities of that world. If you choose to be a part of that world, if you actively decide to jump off the porch, whatever your reason is, and get involved in that kind of level of lifestyle, criminality, whatever it may be, you should always know deep down you could either get fucking beat up, you know, killed, or end up in prison. You know, you have to know that's the case. And most people end up like, even if they have the best intention, it usually ends up going left. So the fact that you know, the fact that that's a situation at hand where these YouTubers are trying to convince kids that snitching is okay is really fucking dumb, because we know it isn't. Because look at Gunna. As successful as Gunna has been, as great as he's been doing, I don't really see him out and about with people anymore, right? He's mostly by himself, walking around and stuff, doing what he does. I'm sure he's enjoying it and loving it. But you rarely see him out and about with people anymore. He's kind of got his team only, and that's basically about it. Nobody else. So as much as it's been beneficial for him to snitch and to get in the best shape of his life and get his career in order, and hopefully I imagine after the YSL deal's over, you'll probably sign a big fat contract with somebody. It's been fucking great for him monetarily, spiritually, all this sort of shit. Your body's never going to rest, really, deep down, because you know what you did. You know what you did deep down. And I honestly believe if you decide to engage in that lifestyle, if you decide to go down that path, right, then that's it. That's it. You can't then decide when the cops come, suddenly you have a fucking change of heart. Suddenly your conscience awakens and then you think, you know what, I want to tackle. I don't believe in that. Either you don't get involved, or when you get involved, you do the fucking time, because that's what your irresponsible adult had done. You took fucking up arms. You wanted to get involved in that lifestyle. And in Gunna's case, I can believe that he was more of a musician in YSL than he was a goon. But again, he still benefited from it. He still benefited from the street rep that YSL had. He still benefited from the fucking intimidation factor or whatever aura that fucking Young Thug had. He benefited from all that sort of shit. So to go around and acting like, oh no, I'm just an artist, I didn't fucking like. So as great as this album is, I feel like this album is for sure been tainted because of all the drama around him, and the snitching allegations. It's a real shame. Honestly, it's a real shame. What's this? Gunna and Renee rap? No way. Gunna and Renee rap.
Nice to meet you. Huge fan of yours. And you have the sweetest little smile. You're very cute. You're very cute, and I like you a lot. I'm gay, so you can have my sign off. I fuck with you. Yes. Yes. It's nice to meet you, sweetie. It's nice to meet you. Have a good day, babe. You guys want to have a picture? Of course. Do you mind? Is that okay?
Big up Gunna. To be fair, he does look really good. His face is all cut up and shit. Got a jawline. He's in the best shape of his life he's ever been. He's probably like a 32 waist, 31. He's looking fucking trim as fuck, as Playboy Carti would say. Yo, big up 730. Big up SSRI in the stream chat. Big up SSRI. Big up Don Dot in the stream chat. Well gone. He looks fucking fantastic. And to be fair to him too, getting complimented on your looks by a lesbian woman and by gay guys is one of the best compliments you could ever get as a straight guy. As a hetero male, one of the best compliments you could ever get is a lesbian woman saying to you, hey, I'm gay, but you're good looking. Or a gay guy saying, I know you're not into dudes, but you're fucking good looking. That is legitimately one of the best compliments you could ever get. The best compliment. Like it's almost up there with like a gay guy saying you dress well as a straight guy. Because, us straights, we have a different type of style. If a gay guy says you dress well, woo! It's like a girl saying you smell nice. Woo! That's going to bang. So he's probably feeling 10 foot tall right now. And this girl's like, you know what? I'm gay, but you're good looking. And I like your little cute laugh. That's a fucking stamp of approval. So maybe in some respects, there's gonna give a shit that Young Thug doesn't like him. Does he give a shit that people like himself and other fans are maybe looking him away because of the snitch allegations? Does he care really? When he's got when he's got the hose in the palm of his hands, right? He's got the fucking hose in the palm of his cocoa buttered hands. Do you think he really gives a fuck what my sweaty self has to say? Probably not. Probably fucking not. But I wish he did care. I wish he fucking did care. But yeah, I'm just a bit bummed out for him because, like I said before, he's outside by himself for the most part. I don't really see him out with with a man them anymore. It seems like he's kind of alone, just him, he's fucking producer. There's not many other people around him. But with that being said, look at this courtesy of Say Cheese. He allegedly sold 80,000 copies of that album in first week. 80,000 copies. Now that's without all the big Atlanta cosigns. That's also without a lot of radio play. No industry connections are completely gone. He avoids hip-hop media for the most part, I think, on purpose. I've seen him get interviewed with Apple and stuff, but it seems like he avoids hip-hop media, urban media, because he knows they're going to get messy and start asking questions about the Rico and shit. So he avoids all that, which I think avoids people kind of finding out about his albums. But he's still selling 80,000 copies first week. That shows you this guy he's the one. He's the fucking one. We have to be honest. He's the fucking one. It's just a shame that, everyone's kind of abandoned him because of snitch allegations. But like I said, I just don't like this whitewashing, this pretending that he didn't snitch. He did snitch. Obviously, we don't care for the most part because we're fans and we're not involved in the streets and stuff, whatever it may be. But we can't deny that it has slightly tainted the way we look at him, right? Because this is, you know, same thing happened to 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine music was banging the way it was because he was doing the stuff that he was talking about in these fucking raps. The moment he started getting on stage and started pointing the finger, regardless of what happened, regardless if someone tried to smash his baby mom, tried to kill him, whatever the reasons were, it completely took away any fucking oomph from his music. So, you know, I'm sure Gunna's aware of that. Does he care? Probably not. Honestly, that tune, honestly, god damn, he's skating. And his live performances too. By the way, I love that Alexander McQueen fucking scarf, man. That's an OG. But his live performances too. His live performances too. Jeez. Too good. Honestly, too good. Too fucking good. Too fucking good. Big up Blood Clot Gunna. Big up Blood Clot Gunna. Just a shame how everything played out. Just a shame how everything played out. But he's still out here doing what needs to be done. Is he performing? Okay, cool. 8 songs debuted on the Billboard 100. Fucking hell. 8 songs. Jesus Christ from the album. Fair play to him, man. Fair fucking play to him. Fair fucking play to him. What else we got here? Oh, people retweeting the Again video. We got a clip of him and Burna Boy. What else we got here? More pictures of him. Gunna's. The last one has 12.1 million opening streams. It becomes the biggest opening week of all time for an international artist on the platform. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Okay, so somehow he's still killing it despite all the fucking controversy. He's still out here killing it. Gunna and Burna Boy recording their first collaboration, WGFT. Oh, it's recorded in Lagos, Nigeria. That's a flex, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, that tune is so fucking good. That's my song of the day. You're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it at the end. That's my fucking song of the day for the audio listeners. That song is so fucking hard, honestly. And Gunna working out, you know, look. He's at the complete opposite of Young Thug. Young Thug's out here with his fucking areola, his little fucking man boob out, and Gunna's out here getting fucking ripped and jacked. He's at the complete opposite of Young Thug. Complete opposite. He's got back muscles and shit. He's going fucking crazy. And Young Thug is not so crazy, really, unfortunately. Fair play, fair play. I mean, that's a Gunna album. Yeah, he's out here doing what needs to be done. 6-pack popping through the fucking t-shirt. He's living a good life, bro. He's living the fucking good life. So big up Gunna. Blood Clot. Big up Blood Clot Gunna. Regardless of what I have to say, he's fucking killing it. Just a shame things end up the way it ended up. What's this? He's with Dina Ayada at his listening party as well. Is that Justin Bieber? Yeah, Justin Bieber, right? I got it. Giving away. I got it. Big up, okay. Big up JB. Big up JB. Big up JB. Big up JB. Big up Bugatti Biebs. Bugatti Biebs out here too, supporting and putting his name behind the one and only Gunna. Big up Blood Clot Gunna. Is that a Man United shirt as well? Fair play. A little Man United tank top there. Nice and tight, enjoying life. Big up Blood Clot Gunna. Him with some fans, hanging out, having a good time. Yeah, man. Fair play to Gunna. Fair play to fucking Gunna, man. Again, I wish it would have ended differently. I really wish it would have ended differently. But again, you know, things end the way that they end. Everyone's going to end on their feet. You think so? Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Hopefully. Fingers crossed.